here are a couple great exercises to challenge the deep muscles in the shoulder and also wake up the core. So you can see Jillian sitting, but you might not notice that she's actually sitting on a Stop Pilates mini stability ball. So that's adding to the wobble factor, but it's also going to stimulate the pelvic floor, get her continuing to refer and reference all that support that comes from the inner core unit muscles. So while sitting nice and tall and breathing into the ball, exhaling, engaging pelvic floor away from the ball, and feeling that support that comes from the breath, that comes from the core, we're going to add a little bit of motion. So the other thing you might not be able to see is that we've got a flex band underneath the ball. Half the band is right, half is left. And Jillian's just going to take the band in one hand, and I want you to gather up the band, Jill, make a fist. And when your hand is down by your waist, you should have no slack in the band. So gather up a little bit more. And you want to make your arm into the shape of a triangle relative to your body. Now, if you send your elbow too wide, it could potentially throw your shoulder forward. So you want to watch how wide you send that elbow. But if it's too close to your body, then you lose the triangle. So finding that middle ground, hand touching your waist, and elbow angled side, but a little bit back enough that you're able to maintain this nice, neutral, balanced, level stance through the body. So all Jillian's going to do with her fist is punch it across her body. But as her arm goes across the body, the goal is to not let the shoulder follow. So you're connecting both to the anterior muscles of the shoulder, the pecs, but also the lats, the muscles in the back that are responsible for drawing the arm in across the body. Inhale, make your triangle, touch your body. Exhale, brush it across, keeping the width in the chest, getting that lift through pelvic floor, growing taller in the spine. Inhale, send the elbow out, making that triangle. Exhale, imagine you have something under your arm, so try to hug that folded up imaginary newspaper under your arm. Pull, pull, pull. Excellent. One more time. Breathe in. Exhale, pull. Keeping the width in the chest, stopping that shoulder from rounding in, growing a little taller in the body. Excellent. Return back to triangle. Wonderful. We're going to keep using the band, but we're going to switch the working arm. So pull that bunched up band into its full length. Take your other hand, lay your palm out, and lay the band on your hand. So when your elbow's reaching straight ahead, and your palm is up, the band is in your hand, you should have no slack. So it's just a mild tension in the band. You want both shoulders level. You want to be cautious when you start to hold the band with this arm. There's a tendency to lean and fall into that working side. So make sure you're still active on the opposite side so that there's no tendency to collapse. The elbow's bent, forearm parallel to the floor, and you want to try to stabilize from your shoulder to your elbow. Make sure your elbow is a tiny bit forward of side, so it's not behind you. It's in line or a little in front of the seam of your shirt. So go ahead with an inhale here, Jill. And as you exhale, you're going to keep the upper arm stable like the hinge of a door and swing the forearm open. Come back, take a breath. And you want to watch the tendency to drop the wrist. So you don't want to extend the wrist. Keep it nice and straight and pull. So this exercise is a great one for strengthening. Try to get those shoulders level. Strengthening the deep rotator cuff muscles through the shoulder. If you're noticing your body dropping to the side when you work, then that means you're recruiting more muscles in the side of the body rather than working from the shoulder. If you notice your arm begins to pull behind you, you can see in my body, that's an indication that you're trying to get help from your back rather than from the deep rotators of the shoulder. So you want to watch for those things as you work. Use the ball that you're sitting on to give you that sense of lift, that sense of balance, that sense of your midline. so you don't end up falling off to one side. Let's do one more. Pull. Trying to keep that forearm parallel to the floor. Very good. Come in and rest. So we've done anywhere from 5 to 10 times on one arm. Switch hands to do the external rotation. Then you would pick the band up on the other side, do the same series on the other side, starting with your triangle punch and switching to the other hand for your external rotation. Thanks for watching.